Morning, Scott. Another morning session.
Or Neil.
Another morning after action report of clash at Borisovka. I think this is a 6-turn, 5-turn, 2-board, 5-turn. March 1943. Got 10 T-34s going up against 2 Tigers and 4, I think they're Panzer IV F2s. You're playing the Russians and I'm playing the Germans. We picked this scenario because we're relearning the armor rules, and we figured if we just focus purely on armor, we might help us get them down better.
Yeah, I definitely got you outnumbered, but you got me outgunned, so.
Outgunned and out-armored, at least on the Tigers, for sure. Well, no, your two T-34s, which ones? The 43s have decent armor. They have 11.6 and 11. Yeah, it's mainly outgunned, I think, by the 88L on the Tiger.
Yeah.
So what's your thought here? You're bringing your Russians in over here on the north side, the left side. What are you thinking?
Well, I really flip-flopped on my strategy coming into this one. I couldn't really decide what I want to do. Just, like getting back into armor, so a little inexperienced. But my plan was just to try and leave everybody in motion, and then I was just going to try and see if I could just scoot across the board and exit.
So you were going for the run strategy?
Yep, run like hell.
Yeah, you look like you left a couple crew exposed, maybe 4 of your guys crew exposed.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake because I thought I could. I thought I could leave them crew exposed.
Fire, yeah.
Yeah, can't do that. So
yeah,
I got my first crew up.
On a restricted slow traverse, yeah, you can't fire crew exposed. So I'm bringing in my Panzers. My strategy, I think there's a slight pause here because we were discussing that rule of whether you could fire or not right here. You were going to take a shot at my German tank F there, kind of in the center. My general strategy here was I brought my Tigers in on the, I guess, the east and west, or the north, or the top and bottom of the map, to try to keep you from going, on the outside of either board. Kind of hopefully scare you to go down the center, and then I set up that tank in right behind the hill, hoping that it'd be hard for you to get around me to get a shot on it, and I might be able to get a side shot on you as you drove by.
Yeah, I kind of split my guys up. I wanted to, I didn't want to leave them packed too tightly together, so I was going for kind of a run them down the length of each board, I guess. So you would have to kind of divide your guys up.
Yeah, I just needed to cover as much as I could. I also put one tank up on the hill on board V there, kind of on the edge.
Yeah, but this scenario, it actually went pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, I think it only lasted 3 of the 5 turns.
Yeah.
But when there's not a lot of, there's no rally phase, there's no advance phase, there's a lot of phases that don't really apply in armor. If it's all armor, yeah.
Yeah, now we're starting my second turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and run down the bottom side of the board here with these 2 tanks. And that lost the first one.
I took a shot from my guy behind the hill, and I got rate, and then he took another shot and got both of your tanks trying to scoot around.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it'd be a little harder to hit him with tank. That's what I was kind of hoping, but I've already lost 2 now. About ready to lose another one. There goes the third one. And it's about this point I'm starting to second guess my strategy.
So my tank E, yeah, my tank E took out that third tank, and my Tiger took a shot and missed.
Now, see, this is what I was hoping would happen. You missed with that last one there. My tanky, I think he was able to get past you, and you broke your. I think you intensified.
Yeah, I
Broke
intensified
your
tank
point
C
on
and
it.
rolled a nice 12, so that was sweet.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So he'll be recalled next turn. Oh, and then my tank E intensifiers here, I think, and I roll a 12. No, right here, I think. My tank E down the lower center board intensifiers, and I roll another 12. Or no, I rolled a 10. So not it broke my main armament, but I wasn't recalled. So I take out 3 of your tanks so far, and you've got 3 close to off the board,
now.
or 4 there, yeah.
Yeah.
The other Tiger takes one out.
But at this point, what was your guys' fire? And I think I was able to sneak this one past. You got one guy left that can shoot.
Yeah, on the hill there, he takes a shot and misses.
Yeah.
I think I chose not to intensify at that point because it hadn't worked. Oh no, I did intensify and I missed.
Yep.
Holy crap! Right next to you. Yeah, now you can pretty much haul ass after that. I fired everything. Then you rotate your turret to take a rear shot at me at some point.
I don't remember exactly what the victory conditions were, but it was at this point. I think if I was able to get all 6 of these guys off, I could win, but you get a move next, and then that really, you kind of just surrounded me. And
yeah.
I knew I was in trouble at that point.
You're gonna see my recall tank bug off the board here in a second, I think. The victory conditions are whoever destroys the most tanks. There he goes. Whoever destroys the most tanks win, and when you exit one, it counts as a German tank destroyed. So yeah, if you could get all these 6 off without me taking any out, you would have won. But it's going to be a kind of a hard task, I think.
I think, yeah. Well, part of my reasoning too for leaving everybody in motion was that majority of my tanks had that stall roll or mechanical breakdown deal too.
Right. Yeah. So here I just move in to get a bunch of rear shots on you in the advancing fire phase, which I'm probably not going to hit, but I'm going to be set up so when you start moving out, I'll be able to shoot.
Yeah, and at least you get some acquired markers on there.
Yeah. I left all my guys' crew exposed. Yeah, I think he took a couple machine gun shots. But yeah, I left everything crew exposed.
Yeah, like right here, I just lost another tank. I'm like, oh, I can't. I knew as soon as I went to move, I was dead meat, and I pretty much knew the game was over at this point. I tried to do some late minute scrambling, maybe get lucky. I think I still had a possibility of winning. At this point, though, I'd have to actually destroy.
Yeah.
One or two of your tanks.
Which is what you're trying to do now. You switched strategies.
Yeah, I was just like flipping the lights on in a dark room and watch the cockroaches scramble.
Yeah, you tried to get up around my Tiger there. It didn't work out.
Yeah. No, it's basically all over. But I mean, the fat lady's walking on stage at this point.
Yeah, you got 2. I think at this point you would have to destroy, I think, all of my tanks with your 2.
Yeah, something like that.
And I've got you cornered in. Yeah, we were looking at the balance for this because I think this is it looks to be a really tough scenario for the Russians. So the balance was, I think, you started out with having used half your, yeah,
Half my MP.
And I think the balance is give the Russians their full MP. And I think we estimated that you could nearly get to the end of the board in the first turn. You could get everything off the second turn if the Russians got the balance and they just ran for it.
Yeah, in that case, yeah, if you gave them the balance, in that case, yeah, just leave everything in motion and just sprint because
Yeah.
you could do it.
And I don't ever see a case where the Germans would need the balance, honestly. Even if you would have, we would have shot it out. Going up against those two tigers, because if they get a hit, I think it's pretty much a kill.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. You know, if you were the Germans and you just rolled like garbage the whole time, you might need the balance. But
I guess the only other tactic you might try, or the Russian player might try, is kind of a half and half. You know, take half your force and engage, kind of distract guys and hope you take out some, and then the rest run for the border. Something like that might work.
yeah, I mean, in hindsight, what I should have done was I should have, you know, leaving them in motion thing. It's just most of the time it's not going to work. You can't hit crap when you're in motion.
Yeah, I think that's just what we both learned from armor in this scenario is if you're in motion, you can't hit shit, pretty much.
No, so I should have came on and, you know, split my guys into two groups, came on, you know, of course stopped each time, and then I should have just tried to engage your tanks, I had the numbers, so I could have tried to, you know, swarm around you a little bit, hope I get lucky, take out a few yours, and then at some point sprint for the edge of the board, but live and learn.
Yeah, the firing in motion or while moving is just a total crapshoot. The only thing it's useful for is if you're either one, I guess, totally desperate, or two, you just want an acquired counter. That's about it, because you're not going to hit anything most of the time.
Yeah, I was kind of lost this whole scenario.
But yeah, I think that was, you know, we try to, what's your takeaway from this scenario? I think that was mine, and that was probably yours, is motion fire sucks.
Yeah, I learned basically what not to do with armor. In this
That's good, right? You learn something. I learned another thing. I think, is intensive fire is fairly risky. And the two times that, well, I did it two more times later on, right at the end, just to kind of finish you off, I think. But the early on ones, I didn't really need to take those shots. So I think I learned the intensive fire is use it sparingly. Don't take a shot.
It's definitely a gamble. I mean, it sounds easier than it actually is. I mean, yeah, I'd only use it maybe in desperation, or if you're feeling really lucky, I guess.
Yeah, and I used it when I didn't really need to, and I lost one tank to recall, and the other tank I never repaired the gun. So those are my two takeaways, I guess, on armor. This scenario and armor in general. But yeah, it was a pretty short one because, yeah, the German panzer power was a little overwhelming.
Yeah, I think my takeaway was if you're gonna play armor in ASL, you know, pick the German side.
Well, most ASL scenarios aren't all armor either, right? I mean, I know there's a bunch out there, but the vast majority of the thousands of scenarios, armor is used as support. There's hardly not a lot of pure armor battles.
Yeah, I mean, this one at the time I didn't really care for it because I thought I played like crap, and I was, you know, I guess a little behind on the rules and stuff, or But actually, I wouldn't mind playing it again because with no infantry, just armor, it feels different,
Hmm.
and it's kind of a different game.
Oh yeah, definitely. This was only our second armor. We kind of jumped in the deep end on this one for being only our second armor scenario.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad because I think we both learned. So
Yeah, that was the
it was
point. We
helpful.
played it to learn armor, and I think we both learned some stuff, which is good. So yeah, ended up being a German victory. German Panzer power is victorious. Next scenario that we're gonna do is I cannot recall, but we'll probably do it in a week or two. Do you remember what we played after this?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Oh,
Why is that so difficult? We just played
it
it.
wasn't too long ago. Oh, I got it. Early battles.
Oh yeah. That was a good
Which
one.
yeah, that was infantry armor. You had your gigantic behemoth KV2, and I had a bunch of tin cans. Yeah, that was a pretty good scenario.
Yeah, it was fun.
So yeah, we'll do that next time in a week or two.
Yeah.
See you then, Rolo.
All right.